This is my number one reason why. Every year I go to E3, and there are a lot of reasons I go there. These, however, are not three of those reasons. And every single day I walked by this perfect ass, and I'm not kidding you, it is, I've worked on a Playboy project, and I worked with Playboy on some digital IPs, and every day, this is a perfect ass, and every day I walked by this woman, and it's just not what I wanted to do on my way to work. Not that there was anything wrong with it. I'm happy for her. I mean, she looks great. I'm sure she works out. And before I got there, I also walked by this woman. And these women, you know, there's nothing wrong. They're beautiful women, good for them. And these women were in there, but it was just like, it was just everywhere. It was just absolutely everywhere. And again, I don't care, right? You know, do whatever you want to do. I'm sex positive. People are happy and they look beautiful, good for them. But it caused a lot of issues with people who were present. It created a sexually charged environment, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more. But all kinds of articles sprouted up about this. And people wanted it to change. And for me, it felt like I was walking through a construction site. I could tell people were leering. And so the second day I came to GDC, and the closest equivalent I happened to have in my suitcase of a burqa. And I had my buttons up to here. I had no makeup on. And I thought, why am I doing this? Why am I dressing this way? I founded this fucking industry, you motherfuckers. I don't want to do this at this show. And so I just felt like I was uncomfortable. You can swear, by the way, when it's your turn. And so, but it just didn't feel right. I felt like an object I felt like I was receiving a lot of gaze I didn't want to receive. And I'm discussing a contract, and these are actual things that were said around me. You have to admit she has a great ass. No, I don't. In fact, I do not need to admit that. I don't care about it. Can we get back to the contract? Her ass and tits are amazing. Don't care. And hold on, I need to get a pic with her. Well, good. Hold your contract, because I'm done with this. Anyway, in any other workplace, please, E3, fucking get this. In any other workplace, that would be considered sexual harassment. I wouldn't have to fucking deal with that. I don't have that in my companies. I don't have booth babes in my goddamn companies. Why do I have to have them? I'm speaking to this big E3 thing out there, apparently. Anyway, so in 2006, E3 agreed with me. They had a policy that banned booth babes, and they actually kicked Wonder Woman out of it. Right? This is an act. I didn't like this really happened, right? But then they forgot the policy and it's not there anymore. Anyway, some don't get why I think it's bothersome to see beautiful women. Hey, some don't get why I think it's bothersome to see beautiful women or why it would be disruptive. So let me tell you why I go to E3. I go to E3 to see state-of-the-art games. I go there to network. I go to meet clients. I go to meet publishers, and let's just pause on that for a sec. I go to secure contracts. I go to try new hardware as much as possible. I go to demo games. I go to hang out. And interestingly enough, even though I've said all kinds of stuff on Twitter and publicly, I'd like to read from you everything that E3 has said to me in relation to this policy. There, I'm done. And they've refused to change their policy. Let's do, okay. And now here's an interesting and true story. As I'm pulling images for this, I'm looking for images on the internet, I find myself unable to focus on my presentation. I find myself unable to not respond physically to the beautiful images that I'm seeing. And so I'm not faulting anybody who said, no, it doesn't bother me, but you're fucking lying. Because I know that my sex drive as a woman is probably not as high as yours as a man. And so if it affects me, it fucking affects you.